Hello students. After offer and acceptance and consideration, today we are going to learn about the capacity of parties to contract. It is again a very important aspect of the Indian Contract Act 1872. Yes, it's very important to us to know that there is a capacity of the parties to make a contract. If the parties do not have the capacity, they cannot enter into any contract. So let's begin with Chapter 4, Capacity of Parties to Contract. And yes, after this presentation, you'll be able to learn capacity of parties to enter into a contract, effects of minors agreement, person disqualified to enter into a contract. Okay. So, meaning, as you know, that every person is competent to contract who is the age of majority according to the law to which he is subject and who is of sound mind and is not disqualified from contracting by any law to which he is subject to. You understand that there is, so let's move upon the previous slide again, that every person is competent to contract who is of the age of majority. What do you mean by this? Age of majority means the person according to law who has completed 18 years of age, is voting right. After the age, he can, after attaining majority, he can be the part of the contract. And the second thing is who is of sound mind. Now, what is the meaning of sound mind? Sound mind means the person who is having a sense of making judgments, what is good for him, what is not, better for him. So that here he is known as sound mind person and is not disqualified by the law. Now, what do you mean by this? As because the law sometimes prohibits some people to not to enter into a contract because of some reasons, which we'll learn just after some time. So there are some persons who are not able to contract, for example, minors, the person who has not completed the age of 18 years, unsound mind. Sometimes people are of a very good sense, but if they are drunk or they are not in their good situation, they cannot enter into a contract and disqualified by the law. The law has punished them because of any reasons or criminal offenses are there, so that they are being disqualified by the law. It is called disqualified by the law persons. So these three people, these three parties cannot enter into any contract. There is a good discussion on this, that minority, unsound mind, disqualified by the law. Unsound mind is mean the person who is idiot, lunatic or drunk, and disqualified by the law means alien enemies, convicts and corporations. Okay, so who is a minor? A person who has not attained the age of majority, that is 18 years. It is called minor. So according to the law or to the Indian Contract Act, a person before which a person is called a minor if he has not completed his 18 years of age. What if a minor enters to a contract? So we'll have to know this, that if even this, if a minor is having any contract, what would be the effect of the particular contract? A contract made with a minor is void ab initio. Ab initio means from the very beginning. So a contract made with a minor is it is void from the very beginning it was made. Okay. For example, we have a case of Mohri Bibi versus Dharmadas Ghosh. Here, I would like to have some discussion on this. That Mohri Bibi once gives some amount, rupees 8,000 rupees something to Dharmadas Ghosh. She did not know that Dharmadas Ghosh is a minor, and after some times when she wanted to get her money back, he refused to pay the money back. So she filed a case against Dharmadas Ghosh. But when the court judgment was, the being a minor, the contract was void from the very beginning. It cannot be enforced by the law. Okay. A minor can be beneficiary of a contract. Yes, it is possible that a minor can be a part of any sharing company. He can be a shareholder. He can be a partner also. He also can be an agent. But in every situation, he will only be working to get the benefits, not to attain the losses. It is really very important to know that a minor can only be the partner or the shareholder for the profit sharing only. He will not share the loss. No ratification after attaining majority. So if a minor has made any, you know, if a minor has made any contract when he was a minor, and after attaining majority, if he wants to continue this, it is not possible for him. He'll have to set up a new contract. No restitution on achieving profit even without performing the contract. So what is the meaning of restitution? Restitution means giving back. If the parties are making some, if some parties are in the contract and contract has not been performed, but the parties have, any of the parties have earned something out of the contract, so it is the responsibility of the parties to give back the profit earned by the party to the another party. So here, in the case of minor, if a minor has already gained something or earned something out of the contract and the contract was not performed, still he is not required to pay back the profit he has made out of that contract. I hope you understand. Now, second is unsound mind person. So, according to the Contract Act, a person is said to be sound mind for the purpose of making a contract if, at the time when he makes it, he is capable of understanding it and of forming a rational judgment as to its effect upon his interest. It is very important to know a sound mind person is a person who can easily make judgments for himself. What is good for him, what is bad for him. If a rational judgment is there with the person, he is known as a sound mind person. But if a person is not able to do so, he is called unsound mind person. Let's have a look. We need to understand a person is of, normally, usually a person is of sound mind, but or unsound mind, but occasionally he is of sound mind. So when he is of sound mind, he can make a contract. And again, if a person who is usually of sound mind, but sometimes or occasionally he is of unsound mind, he cannot make the contract when he is of unsound mind. Examples of unsound mind persons like idiot. A person who is devoid of any faculties of thinking or rational judgment. All agreements other than those for necessaries of life with idiots are absolutely void. Idiots can be anybody, but the ones who are not able to make rational judgment for themselves, they are called idiots. And the contract with the idiots are void. Lunatic. A person whose mental powers are deranged is called a lunatic person. Lunatic is not who is continuously in state of unsoundness of mind, but he may have lucid intervals. He is known as a mentally ill person. So they are called lunatics, and lunatics are not able to form any contract. Drunken person, a person under the influence of drink or drugs, stands on the same footing as lunatic. At a time when a person is drunk or out of his mind, he cannot make a contract, or contract made by him would be a void contract. Persons disqualified by the law. The third point of capacity of parties is persons disqualified by the law. So there are some people who are especially declared, disqualified by the law. Which are they? Alien enemies. Alien enemies means foreign enemies. Like if a country is having war with our country, so that country is known as alien country or alien enemy. The citizen of that company are also known as alien enemies. If we are making any contract with the country with which we are having war, it will be a void contract or illegal contract. We cannot have a contract with a person who lives in our enemy country, right? Insolvent. A person who is a bankrupt or insolvent by the law, he cannot enter into any contract. He's not allowed to do so. Contracts. Okay, next is convicts. A person who is bearing criminal offense or is under the uh, prison trial, or is they are not able to competent to enter into a contract until discharged from such sentences. So criminal offenses, criminals or convicts are the persons who are not able to make any contract. So now it's time to think for you. Who do you think is or are incapable of making contract? Can you answer this question? If yes, then go ahead. If not, please go back to the previous slides. Thank you for today. Have a good day. Stay safe. If any queries, please comment in the comment section. Goodbye.